right, I'm back. Follow me, but don't double tap. I ain't liking that. You subscribe, I monetize. Now who's striking that? Wanna see the contract? Who got the rights to that? This my story. I spent my whole life on that. Time's up. Shador Sanders with the rollie in the armor. I could do this shit with my eyes closed. The main attraction don't come at me with no side show. I'm selling high, they wanna buy low.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, people. How you feeling, man? Hey, it's Tuesday morning. We up in the kitchen. I don't even have nothing playing in the background, Rock. Let me get myself together, brother. You know we out here trying to get it done while we can get it done. But we got a little bit of music. There we go. Now we back, baby. We getting good. We getting hype. We getting ready, man. It is Tuesday morning in the kitchen. Hey, man, I don't know how y'all weekend was, but it was all right for me, you know. No complaints here. We had some football. Preseason 1. It didn't count, but it counted. You know what I'm saying? Those players that have to fight for those jobs got to keep those roster spots and ultimately improve, rise and fall. We're going to break it down and let y'all know who we thought was the best and who gave us the best from the weekend. But Rock, man, how you feeling, Playboy? What's good with you? Hey, man, I ain't seen you in a week, brother. What's going on with you?
I'm doing pretty damn good, Fizz. It was good to be back. We had a great weekend at the expo. Loved seeing my guys. Got to bring them a couple different tasty treats. Got to see some smiles on their faces. A couple of bottles of bourbon, some wine. It was everything I wanted it to be, Fizz. So I felt so good after seeing the guys. And on the way back, man, it was awesome. I was just reliving it all. So it was awesome.
Yeah, and I had some people hit me up about Sunday draft and Friday. It was the Expo weekend, brothers. The Fantasy Expo weekend. I wasn't there, but my brothers was there. Hopefully they held it down, man. Rock, I'm sure, has plenty. I ain't even talked to him. I said, man, I literally cut off my phone. I said, listen, I ain't hit nobody up, man. Your boy is out here just getting away from the world for a minute. And now I'm back. We good. But I'm glad to hear everybody, man, had a good time. I'm sure Mike and Adam going to break down that expo on Wednesday. That's usually how they do.
The house was amazing.
Yeah.
I thought Canton was a one-horse town. Man, I couldn't be more wrong. There are some very beautiful parts of Canton with these really huge houses, like close to $1 million houses, huge lots, all these trees, absolutely beautiful. We got an Airbnb. Like, people were sad about missing the school. Man, when I walked into this place, I didn't miss the school whatsoever, man. Everything was
like you graduated,
amazing.
right?
Yeah, it was. All I kept talking about was like, man, this is a nice house. I said that like 5 or 6 times. And then the guys were just making fun of me. It's like, is this house nice? I'm like, this house is real nice. It was sweet.
Nah, that's sweet, bro. I seen some of the pictures that Mike Boy Red took, man. It was more so just at Adam's house. I didn't see any pictures from the inside of the house that y'all stayed in, but man, it looked like a good time, brother. I'm sure it was a good time, man. How was the weather out there?
The weather was perfect. I remember getting there, took a little walkie walk with Coop outside, get some of that sunlight,
Yeah.
So the weather was perfect, man. It was great.
Yeah. I know what the previous years, maybe last year and the year before, man, it was so muggy and sticky, bro. It was like, man, it's so hot out here. But yeah, man, good to hear overall, man. Y'all boys had a good time, man. I'm sure, like I said, the guys gonna break it down on Wednesday. But today, man, we here to break down the risers and the fallers. These guys that pretty much we love or hate and love. You know what I'm saying? The ones that we want to see steal jobs from other players and the ones that's holding on by a limb to keep their job. So, before we get into that, though, man, we got some people up in here. We got the address. We got the holler at, man. We got my boy Connor is in here. What's good with your big dog? My man Big E said top of the morning. What's good with you, bro? Pops in here. Hey, man, we cracking, Pops. We cracking. We was about 2 minutes late, man. But sometimes the kitchen is still need to be preheated. You know what I'm saying? So we here, though. We here. I see Connor got a trade question. We're going to start that up in it for a second, brother. We're going to get with you. Patty Mills up in here. My boy Voorhees up in here. Nick at the bank, he always gonna come through, man. And my boy Big Jake said, what's good What's popping with you, Jake? How you feeling, man? Yeah, man. Today is like I said, man, we're gonna talk about those rises and falls. We're gonna talk about the losers and winners, and just kind of give a recap on the weekend overall, what we took from it. Did you get to watch any games, Rob? No, y'all was out there drinking, having a good time, man. How much did you actually watch?
Probably watched about a quarter of the Jags and Pittsburgh Steelers game, but I missed the best part of the game. I missed that 70-yard field goal that I guess won't go down in history because it's preseason. No one gives a shit.
Hey,
but that was crazy. 70 yards.
Hey, Rob, it goes down to history to him and his family. You know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't tell me that my 70-yard kick ain't going down to history. You tripping. You know what I'm saying? I'm celebrating to the moon. I don't care who else celebrating with me. So, but that is crazy to hear and see, right? Especially coming out of the Jaguars camp. We don't expect much from them guys. So when something like that happened, kind of got to go ahead and give them their flowers, man. But
yeah, it wasn't in a dome or nothing. It was outside. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's hey, man, shout out to the Jaguars, man. They might do they have their kicker? We'll see, right? Because he'll do that preseason, and week 1 miss a 7-yard field goal. So that's usually how the world works. No knock on them, no shade on them, man. We ain't gonna hate on them too early. But I did want to just bring up a little bit of some injury news. I know we talked about it earlier when I hit you up, bro. And there's a lot of big things going on, man, with these guys, bro. We got a lot of injuries, man. A lot of guys that maybe some of us didn't care for, some of us really didn't pay attention to. But I think these injuries might not necessarily hurt their value to us, but it opens up more opportunities for the guys around them and what they can do to step forward to fill in those voids and those gaps. So this is the first time for us doing some injury news, kind of kicking it off, Rock. So you let me do it, brother. You let me know how you want to do it. You want me to kick it off? You kick it off. What you got?
Let's go through the names that you have, Fizz.
Okay.
I'll give in my thoughts on each of the injuries and how they impact fantasy football, and then if there's any other injuries. But no, this is good. Let's start off on a bad note.
We got to start it off bad, man. I will say this, right? With the injuries, I put some guys up here because I couldn't put all the faces, but there were multiple injuries on other teams. But of course, we got Slayton from over there with the Chargers, man. Slater, I'm sorry. He's over there with the Chargers. He's over there missing the season. The big piece. They literally just paid this man, I think, 3 days before the injury. I think the highest paid offensive lineman or left tackle in the game. I'm all over the place, right? Let me get
4 years, $113 million. That's just off the top of my dome, so don't hold me to it. But yeah, it was soon after that.
Bag. He got a bag, right? I'm trying to actually can't get my stupid graphics. Don't want to sync to my computer, so I'm trying to double tap like Maddie out here, man. But we trying to get it going, baby. But I will say, Slayton, he's gone. He's out. That's going to really hurt that Amari Hampton stock that we thought the best O-line up and coming. We know this team likes to run the ball. We know Justin Herbert needs time in the pocket. So that's going to hurt those guys a lot, especially for the offensive scheme I believe they want to put together. You got Rashad White, his injury just happened. Okay,
real quick. With the Rashawn Slater injury, when you lose like that type of talent, I understand that they had the 2 best tackle duo in the NFL, but when you lose someone of that talent, it is going to have an impact on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Personally, I moved every single Charger down a couple of spots because those holes aren't going to open up necessarily as good as they would have for Amari and Hampton. Justin Herbert isn't going to have as much time to be able to make, especially when it comes to the deep passes. So Trey Harris, whatever is left of Keenan Allen, whoever they have as the deep threat on this team, that's going to definitely push them down. But Ladd McConkey, I only moved him down 1 spot because he can operate at every level of the field, every area of the field. So I think he's the only one that I'm not really believing that it's going to be a huge effect for him. But everyone else on the team, I did move down. I don't know how you feel about that. But offensive line, that's the foundation of a team.
Yeah.
So whenever you miss a piece like this, it sucks. We are super excited for the Chargers, and he's one of the most important players on their team.
Oh, 100%. I mean, they paid him like it. You know what I'm saying? I always look at the offensive line like the door to the building. You either going to close it shut and keep everybody out, or you got cracks, you got leaks, you got holes, and people just burst on through and get to your quarterback, man. So the door is to me what the offensive line represent. I will say though, to kind of get more context to it, because I actually found my list that I had. Rashawn Slater, he suffered the rusher pectoral tendon. He's out for the season. He's done. And Rob, I did have some names, so you stop me when I get to too many names, and then you just break down who you want to talk about. But we got the offensive lineman Lucas Nige. I want to say Lucas Nige. I want to say Niger. I think that's his name, Rock. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'll be bad with names sometimes, but he's out for the season, torn ACL, preseason opener. He will miss the rest of the year. And of course,
what team does he play for? Most of us don't know offensive linemen.
Commanders. My bad. Commanders. My bad, brother. We all know offensive line, especially for Jaden Daniels last year, bro. He had one of the worst offensive lines, but he made it look not too bad because he moved around a lot. But that pocket was never safe for him when he was playing in the game. We had your boy. Shout, I'm throwing your boy Alexander Madison. He's out for the rest of the year. I don't know if that's your boy. I'm just throwing.
Yeah, come on.
I'm just giving the updates, man. Alexander Madison out for the season. He had a neck surgery. I guess he suffered a neck injury.
I picked him up with my final pick in almost every draft, so I wasn't sure who was going to be the goal line back.
You picked him up. We got Landon Dickerson for the Eagles. He got a minor injury, dealing with some right knee issues, but he undergoing further evaluations to be determined whether it takes a week or a couple of months. So, the Philadelphia Eagles always need
that's
their
huge.
Line.
That's pretty massive.
And Matt Stafford, we got this up and down. Is he hurt? Is he not? Me personally, I think he's pulling an Aaron Rodgers. Hey, man, the preseason ain't for me. My back hurt. Give me 3 weeks. I'll be back with you. You know what I'm saying? So my back hurt, but I'm going to be back with you. I think that's what Matthew Stafford's on right now. I wouldn't take no heed to it. I know a lot of people are nervous and worried about what is going on with this Jimmy Garoppolo and Stenson Bennett. And man, please, Matthew Stafford know what he's doing. Sean McVay knows what he's doing. And the Rams, I believe, know what they're doing. So I wouldn't trip off Matt Stafford too much until I see otherwise. And him not being on the field with his new receiver, Devontae Adams, those guys, man, been around long enough. They can insert themselves in that offense and be right on time.
Did you see it's called the Immortal Chamber that is parked by the Rams facility? It's like a restorative and rejuvenation vehicle. Did you see any of this shit? It's like $100,000 for this treatment. Man, when you got these weird Airstream Winnebagos parked outside in the freaking parking lot, I can't help but feel really worried, Fizz, because this was going to be one of the best duos in football. This is going to probably be the one that I was most really wanting to watch besides BTJ and Travis Hunter was going to be our dude, Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. And his freaking back's all freaking messed up. We're going to have to watch Jimmy G probably throw passes to these guys.
He's faking, man. He's all right. Trust me.
I don't know, man. When you have to call in, we need the Immortal Chamber. That's not a good sign, Fizz.
It's LA, man. They got to make it look fancy. They got to make it look all nice and pretty. But he's all right, brother.
Man, Matt Stafford has been hitting his back like all his entire career. This guy is the Iron Man. He plays through injuries, but eventually, right when you don't want them to happen most, when you get a duo like this team, who I picked to go to the Super Bowl to play against my Ravens.
You did.
That bet is not looking good anymore. I know Jimmy G has been to a Super Bowl before, but I am moving all the Rams pass catchers. I think it could be maybe good for Kyron Williams. Maybe they have to run the ball even more. Maybe that's why they paid his ass. They're like, hey, we've leaned on you in the past before, like 85, 90%. Yeah, you're going to get 100% of the touches this upcoming season. We're going to run the ball 30 damn times. So it's not looking good, Fizz.
I'm not worried, brother. But hey, until I'm the one that's not worried for my own sense. You know what I'm saying? I could be totally wrong, which I usually am. So it's all good. But to get to some other news, I got some guys up here. Tajay Spears, he suffered an injury over the weekend. He's really, I guess, not competing for his job because he pretty much has the RB2 job. But him not being on the field doesn't help nobody but the guy in front of him, which is Tony Pollard, who maybe we thought they'd have a 50-50 share, 60-40, but no Tajay Spears pretty much equals, hey, it's my time now. I don't got nobody behind me. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this running back room over. So the injury to Tajay Spears, I'm not sure what we expect from the Titans offense. Not really high on it whatsoever, but I think
we
Tony
expected to
Pollard.
be way better with Cam Ward. So
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying overall, it's not like, oh yeah, Tony Pollard is a locked in 1,400-yard guy if Tajay Spears misses this. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, just knowing that he doesn't have a Tajay Spears on his back and that, can do those twitch plays and break off a 50-yard pass or 50-yard run, I believe it opens up the door for a little bit more value if you have Tony Pollard in your running back room.
He was already one of the most insane values. I'm pretty sure him and ETN were like the last starters.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams is really down there.
A lot of disrespect on them names. Yep.
Out of disrespect. But I think you can elevate probably a full round higher. Tajay Spears, he's going to fall multiple rounds, I think, because he has an injury history. He can't stay healthy. When he came to the NFL, they said he had no knees. Apparently he has, I don't know what this injury is. What is it? It's a high ankle sprain, I'm pretty sure. So he's going to be out for
and he's a twitchy guy, so that doesn't help at all.
Yeah, you kind of need your ankles in order to, pull off those moves that he does on the field. I know he was a favorite of EV's coming into the season just because how he finished last year.
Mm-hmm.
But move up Tony Pollard and move down Tajay Spears. You don't want to be drafting. This is the whole reason why we're going through this, guys. Don't be drafting these freaking players when they're already hurt. You're just already cutting yourself off at the legs. So if you have any drafts that are still left, leave all these guys off, take all their teammates a little bit higher.
Well, so we can get through all the bad news. We got who else? Oh, Jaden Reed on here. He's sitting right here in front of me. Jaden Reed is on here, man. I heard he suffered another injury and he's in a walking boot and doesn't sound too good. I'm not sure he's going to miss like a season, but I'm hearing he's not guaranteed to be available week 1. So with him already suffering an injury this early, you got this receiving room constantly injured, Rock. I mean, I believe Green Bay Packers and the 49ers got to be sharing. So, I mean, is that the LaFleur and Kyle Shanahan? Like, they just have like a medical treatment? Are they on each other's plans or what? Like, I don't know what's going on, but the injuries is key to just keep coming. And for both of these teams, I just believe their best stars, the best players, the ones we look forward to, is just injury after injury in these newsrooms. So I believe, though, of course, which we'll get to his name soon, the young guy that they drafted, number 1 in the first round, man, I believe this is his opportunity. We looked at Jaden Reed as that twitchy guy, that one that can get across the field, get across the middle, make big plays when Matthew Golden opens up the field. But now the field is already open because Jaden Reed won't be there. So will Tucker Kraft get more reps? Will other guys, just in that field in general, get more with Jaden Reed being missing? And you don't like talking about him, but maybe my boy Romeo Dobbs get a little bit more cookie. You know what I'm saying, Rock? I know you don't really rock with him, but we gonna dob it up, man. So we're gonna see what's good with that, but we don't want to keep you too long on these bad news, bad injuries, because hey, man, these dudes, we want them to get better, but unfortunately they aren't better. And it's an opportunity for other guys to come on and rise their stock a little bit.
So with Matthew Golden, he did get 1 target. It was a really nice rep. I'm not sure if you saw it. I'm pretty sure it was a slant rep that he took. And yeah, he just looked really smooth, really fast. And he is now completely by himself. That's going to be him and Tucker Kraft. Yeah. If Jaden Reed does miss time going into the season, I don't think it's going to look that good. Romeo Dobbs, he's so hit or miss. Like, he's definitely better in best ball. But he's kind of on the edge of being actually usable and actually being more of a sacrificial X. So for me personally, I was already like 10 spots higher on Matthew Golden, so I couldn't move him up that much further. But no, it just seems like he is kind of primed to be one of the best rookies this year and should be going higher than he already is right now. Underdog, he's like the wide receiver 43. I have him closer to like the wide receiver 36, 35. So that's where I think he should be taken.
I've been one of the biggest Matthew Golden haters, so I will say.
Oh, I know.
I will. I everything wasn't golden when I said it was. So I will admit that and it wasn't more so him. It was just I like other guys around him. I like Higgins. I like.
I love Reed. Reed is one of the most underrated wide receivers in the league. He is an amazing route runner. So it sucks that he's hurt.
For sure, man. I see my boy. I didn't know when people. It must be an update, right? When people retweet our stream, it shows us in the chat that they retweeted it on X. Because Adam did that last week, and it said Adam or ATM reposted this, and I'm like, I thought he typed that. I was like, why are you telling me you reposted this? But
why are you looking at your phone while we're streaming live, man?
No, it's in the chat. I see it. It's in the chat. But
I didn't see.
Oh, maybe I see it because I'm controlling the stream, but it shows me when people on X are showing it. So shout out my boy B Rich, man. He just went ahead and hooked me up with their repost, brother. We appreciate you. But Rock, man, I'm trying to get these stupid graphics to sync. I got some already up, so let's get it cracking, my brother. You want to get into the fallers? You get into the risers, or what we getting into? I'm gonna let's
just go through names. I don't have them in any particular order. And I actually only really have risers, to be honest with you.
Okay,
so
well,
let's go through fallers.
I got some fallers, and I don't know if you see this guy all the way on the far side, brother, but I had to put him on there because the internet hates him right now. Ashton Genty had one of the worst openings, the number one overall pick, the one that we love, the one that we think is going to break fantasy in his rookie season. Man, this guy couldn't get past the offensive line, Rob. He looked confused. He looked lost. I don't know. I mean, it was only like, 2 or 3 rushes. He didn't do a lot, but I just had to bring it up. I'm not saying he's done. I'm not saying trade him. I'm not saying get rid of him, but I had to bring it up, Rob. Go ahead and smash this conversation. Get rid of it. I just had to do it. Go ahead, my brother.
You smell that, Fizz? Do you know what that is? I smell bullshit. That's what that is. Because here's the thing. What this shows to me and why people who are panicking, first of all, if you're panicking, send me all your shares of Ashton Genty because he's one of the greatest RB prospects that we've seen since Saquon Barkley. Might even be better than him. But here is the real takeaway. It has nothing to do with Ashton Genty. Running backs are the product of their offensive line and their scheme. Just the whole ethos and environment in general. Whatever touchdowns they get, it says a lot about how good that offense is as a whole.
Yeah.
So if there's anything that we should take away from this, it's that the offensive line might be not very good for the Las Vegas Raiders. That is the only thing I'm taking away. This smells like, Jamar Chase can't see the stripes on a freaking football and he's dropping passes in training camp. This is all that is to me. So Chip Kelly needs to get his shit together. Offensive line needs to get their shit together.
Yep.
And they'll figure it out. He is too damn talented. You can't just go from being right there with the Heisman winner and Travis Hunter last year and then be like, oh, I can't. Where's and then you get just smashed in the backfield. That's all it was. So
I'm with you. And I'm looking at it was 3 carries for a negative yard. So, but I'm with you though. Chip Kelly, right? I mean, they got a whole new team, bro. Chip Kelly, the OC. They got a new head coach. I mean, this is pretty much
you got Geno Smith giving fans the bird as soon as he comes in.
That was fire. That was fire. But yeah, I ain't taking nothing from this. I don't even want to talk on this long, but I did want to bring it up because it's for some reason trending that Ashton Genty is a bust. So I wanted to bring it up, but we can move on.
Those people are busts that are saying that shit.
Well, we won't go through every faller, but I will say not that you had high hopes on my boy Spencer Rattler, but he did in training camp have the job over Shuck. But it seems like now he didn't do anything to separate himself. Shuck didn't do anything to elevate himself, but he didn't do anything to hurt himself either. So Shuck pretty much statistically looked better, but he didn't do much either. So
threw 2 touchdowns. Tyler Shuck. He threw 1 to his team and 1 to the other team.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. But Spencer Rattler didn't look any better. So I'm just saying that to say the New Orleans Saints right now, bro, they are in need of everything. So I don't know if this is a faller. I'm just bringing it up. But Spencer Rattler, if you had him last week and you thought, hey, man, I'm hearing that Spencer's out there. He's the best quarterback. Let's go ahead and turn that volume down a little bit because right now, who knows? I don't know what they're going to do, man. I think Kellen Moore might go out there and play quarterback at some point. He was a quarterback in this league, so he could start far as I know. But other news, my boy Trey Harris, Rock, I'm hearing he dropping passes, man. The man can't catch. We just talked about Slater, and the injury to the offensive line. They just signed Keenan Allen, right? So this doesn't help Harris whatsoever to be not in favor of the coaches, especially when we got another receiver on that team that can't catch either, right? You got Johnson over there. He can't catch. You got Trey Harris. He can't catch. So it looked like Ladd McConkey and Keenan Allen will be the only pass receivers on this team. I know I was a Trey Harris hype E. I don't even know if that's a word, but that was my guy. I was hyping him up all off season. Rock gave us the breakdown of the scouting reports, and he was in the top in almost all of them. But he gets in the league, man, and the man can't hold on to the ball, Rock. So I'm not sure if you read about that or if you kept up with that. But I'm hearing Trey Harris can't catch a damn thing in practice right now.
Yeah, it was kind of a bullshit game. Like the biggest takeaway is, unfortunately, we're getting to see flashes of Trey Lance, but it's coming too little, too late as a backup QB. Maybe he gets a shot somewhere else if a team suffers an injury. But yes, we already talked about the Chargers at the beginning of the show with the Slater injury, so we can keep moving it on.
Cool. And also one faller that I did want to bring up that we're hearing a little bit of rumbles with, man, is Breece Hall. And I'm not going to say that he's falling in a sense, but I just want to say that his counterpart is rising. So it's not that Breece Hall is like out of favor, but it doesn't sound like they really care to keep him and maybe pay him and maybe not move on from him. So he's fallen in the sense of his job security with his current team isn't locked in for sure. And also I'm just hearing the Davis hype, the Allen hype, you know what I'm saying? Allen is right behind him. Allen is the one that it seems like the streets are saying, hey, man, this guy looks good. He's this. All the hype that we heard from Breece coming into the rookie, when I think James Cook was there, now it seems like the other way around. Like the rookie behind him, well, not the rookie, but the younger guy behind him is, and I say James Cook, Dalvin Cook. I'm sorry, Dalvin Cook was there. Don't my dogs, though. Dalvin Cook was there. Breece Hall.
They're brothers. They're brothers.
Exactly. But now it seems like Breece Hall is falling out of favor with a coaching staff that didn't draft him anyway. So I'm not sure how much the favor was, but I don't see how you take this team, Rock, as a coach and say, yeah, I don't like Breece Hall.
I want to say he's falling out of favor, Fizz, because Aaron Glenn has been very transparent since the beginning. He said that he loves Breece Hall. I believe when he says that he loves Breece Hall. But he said from the beginning, and we just didn't want to hear it, is that this was going to be a committee. So Breece Hall had 50% snaps, 3 carries, 0 targets. Isaiah Davis, 30% snaps, 0 opportunities. Braylon Allen, 20% snaps, 1 carry. This is going to be a complete fuckfest on one of the worst offenses that we see this year. They're projected to score the least amount of points, the Browns, and it's going to be bad. They're only projected 5.5 wins. They're in the basement of the league. They're not going to get a lot of opportunities. Justin Fields actually looked the best when they played their preseason game. He had a 13-yard touchdown run, 3 of 4 through the air with 42 yards. So Justin Fields, it might be the only guy that I actually really want. I did like Mason Taylor. His ass is hurt. He's got a high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
Outside of Fields, there's really no one else I want. I don't even want Garrett Wilson because of his price is too damn high.
It is.
And Fields is projected to only throw 2,500 yards. So unless he gets like 1,500 of those yards, I ain't drafting Garrett Wilson either. So just stay away from this bad team is what my takeaway is.
Yeah, and much as I hate to agree with you, brother, I gotta agree with you a little bit. Yeah, I mean, again, this is more bad news in a sense for us, but these are the guys that's falling. Keep your ears out, keep your ears to the streets. But Rock, man, let's get a little bit of good news, man. We've been deflating, man. Let's put a little bit of air in the tire this morning, man, and get it popping. Let's talk about some good stuff, man. I'm talking about the guys that I brought this list up. I didn't tell you about this list. These are the guys, man. That's not necessarily just young, but the guys that are maybe rookie year 2, year 3, that haven't really shown us a lot, but also haven't not been on the radar for us fans in Dynasty, just looking at our trending players, right? So I'm going to bring these guys up, man. You let me know how you feel about them, what you saw over the weekend or the weeks prior. And I'm going to bring up the hot boys, man. We talking about the young guys that's out here in the streets dropping records that nobody listening to, underground rappers, man. You know what I'm saying? They about to hit the chart soon. Now, of course, there's more names than what I just have here, but we got Sean Tucker, We got Keaton Mitchell. We got Braylon Allen. We got Kyle Monunga. We got these young dudes, bro, that rookies, second year, third year. They behind some guys that, have taken over, but one injury away from what it seems like after this first preseason week in the training camp hype of just, maybe elevating all the way up. If you go look at your sleeper app right now and trending, I believe most of these guys are probably on there. I think Sean Tucker is number one right now. I'm not sure what you heard about the weekend or what you saw overall with these guys or just your favorite hype names coming up. But what you think about some of these young guys we got, man, on this graphic and just in the streets of the fantasy football space, man? What you thinking about these young guys, bro?
So I'll go with my guy out in Baltimore first.
I was about to say, let's here we go, baby. Because Rod, listen, I think 90% of us held on to this dude for 2 years, and then we just cut him, right? Some of us just cut him like, man, it's over with. Derrick Henry's here. They got Rashid, they got Ali, they got Justice Hill, all these. This man goes out in preseason and has a game that we thought he could have in a regular season, and now he's the number one trending player. Everybody trying to get him back.
He looks all the way back. He had 9 carries for 68 yards and a tutty and a 23-yard long run. So he looked good. That's the only thing that I kind of worry about is that he is kind of buried. Maybe what this does is it converts Justice Hill to only a pass down receiving back, which is kind of – and here's the thing. When you know that Derrick Henry is on the field, you know that very, very, very rarely is he ever going to catch a pass. So it's not really tipping it off to the defense when everyone already knows that Derrick Henry can't really catch the ball all that well. So if Justice Hill is a third down back only, maybe there's going to be some times where Keaton Mitchell is the breather back for Derrick Henry. Is that viable in fantasy? Not really, but is it great for Ravens fans like myself and to see a guy that flashed as a rookie, came out of nowhere, to see him all the way back? Yes. So overall, it feels great. If you want to sell the hype, you can. I'm just not buying the hype for whatever he's costing right now because he's just too limited. The Ravens do run the ball a whole hell of a lot, Fizz. So, but no, Keaton Mitchell, it's good to have you back, man.
Well, I was going to say, I believe that's the reason why the stock to me isn't that low because, like you just said, they run the ball. If this was just a guy that's in a scheme where he might get the ball, he might not, worst case scenario, Derrick Henry get hurt, and he has the backfield in a timeshare with those other guys, but they pass the ball so much that it wouldn't matter, then I could say I don't believe in his stock, Rock. But I will say the Ravens run the ball so much, bro, that they can create something out of nothing with any running back that's flashing and showing something. And I'm not saying go out there and buy all of these Keaton Mitchell shares, but I'm just saying if you got a chance to have them or if you do have them on your team, I'm not selling them, bro. I'm just I'm going to wait it out. And again, it's training camp, it's preseason. If Derrick Henry comes up, I don't want to knock on this wood. If Derrick Henry comes up with an injury, bro, next week, we're going to be scrambling looking for some Keaton Mitchell, though, bro. It's going to happen. So I think the opportunity is there with an offense like the Baltimore Ravens.
E. Will brings up a great point. He says that he'll get garbage points if the Ravens are up 3 touchdowns. The Ravens are projected to score the most points in the NFL upcoming season. So if that's the case, this might happen pretty decent amount where it's in the fourth quarter and they're up by multiple touchdowns, and it is going to be the Keaton Mitchell show in order to, basically just kill the clock and end the game mercifully for the opponent. So I do like it in that regard. As far as what you said, you're not selling them. Well, Fizz, this is the time when you do need to sell because Keaton Mitchell might get hurt again. So you need to sell him when his stock is at its very highest because so.
And for context, I did want to bring up, he had 9 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown. So, again, preseason. But I hate when people it's just a preseason. Oh, man, he played the third stringers. He's a third stringer, bro. How are you hating on a guy that's playing on the level that he's on? So, again, I like
eyes. You can see what he does on the field. It don't matter. So, it's just like he looked good. He did look good.
He did. But again, Sean Tucker. I don't know if you've been hearing about the Sean Tucker hype, Brock, but his stock is rising, man. Rashid White is facing a groin injury, I believe.
Rashad White.
I don't know why I always say Rasheed every time, bro. You know, I be thinking about Rasheed Wallace and all these Rasheeds are Rashad, bro.
Rasheed Wallace.
Rashad White, man. Now I ain't gonna lie, I was saying Rashad when he was a starter, but once you lose your job, man, sometimes your boy just be like, ah. But Rashad White, he does have a groin injury, and we all know with those running backs, man, that's definitely not something that's just gonna go away overnight. Sean Tucker, though, Rock, he was one of those guys. The man made his own highlight film to kind of get into the during the draft process. Remember, they say he couldn't go. He had that heart condition, and a lot of people was high on him, man. He's an athletic guy, man, and coming into the season a year ago, I mean, the hype was real. I think if you got him in the 3rd or 4th round, even though nobody drafted him, you still wanted him for the just in case. And then he went out there with Tampa. He didn't show much. He didn't have a lot of opportunity. And of course, Bucky Irvin just said, get out of the way. But with White being out, Sean Tucker, man, he makes plays, man. I believe Todd Bowles is actually hyping him up, saying, hey, man, you know, we got to get this guy on the field. We got to get him the ball more. And I'm hearing that they want to run the ball more. So, where you at with Sean Tucker right now, man? If you have him, if you can get him, or what's next for him?
Sean Tucker, another favorite of EVs. We've talked about him a couple times this year. He had a couple really amazing games last year, even in rotation with guys like White and Bucky Irving. And now, if it's just a 2-man show, if Rachaad White does miss games, Sean Tucker, I think, is going to be maybe even more viable than Keaton Mitchell, because I've seen him do it in the NFL just this past year. He's not coming off a major injury like Keaton Mitchell is, and he's in an offensive system where we've already seen their committee approach, and it doesn't, for some reason, they're able to do it in a way where it does not affect us negatively in fantasy circles. So I like Sean Tucker. He had 13 carries for 50 yards and 1 touchdown. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for Sean Tucker this upcoming season. You should be able to get him in the last final rounds of your draft. And sure, if Bucky Irving does miss a game, well, then it's just going to be all Sean Tucker. So they're going to be on a top 10 offense. They're projected, I think, the 9th most points. They're also going through an injury with Wirfs. So I moved all the Bucks like a spot or 2 down. But the other guy that also looked good for them on the same field, did you see that catch from Emeka Egbuka? He had a 21-yard catch. He had 2 targets, but that catch was awesome. The way that he just snagged it out of the air, he showed strong hands. It was an acrobatic one over the defender. So that one was pretty amazing.
We're gonna get onto that, brother. We're just gonna get on that. He was a rouser, but it's okay.
It's all hot boys.
Oh, good. He's one of the top elites, man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Shout out my boy Scribble, said what's good, and we got out in the building. What's good with you, Ridge Runner? So other than those guys I brought up, Rock, of course, we got Manung guy, we got Braylon Allen. Give us something about one of those guys, or just some random player that maybe I don't have on here that kind of trending right now, but has a late round value that it's a little sneaky that players need to know about.
Kyle Manungai throughout all of training camp has looked better than Roschon Johnson. Everyone was penciling in Roschon Johnson.
Even to it. There you go. Yep.
They were all penciling in as the clear second guy. It just makes sense to have Roschon there because his archetype is so much different than Swift. Swift is shifty and fast, and Roschon is just a big bruiser back that can just bounce off of tackles. Well, Kyle Manungai is kind of a blend of both of those guys. So he can do it all. He was right there with Woody Marks as far as talent evaluation coming in as a prospect. I thought he was pretty decent. He fell in the ranks just because he got that 7th round draft capital. But it don't matter because on film, he looked pretty solid. He looked like a very, a solid backup level talent in the NFL. And in this Ben Johnson offense, you want the backup RB. You want the David Montgomery to who's going to be the Jahmyr Gibbs on this offense. So Kyle Manungai, have to make sure that you draft him at the end of your drafts this upcoming.
Rookie drafts right now, Rock. 3rd round guaranteed.
I would take him at the end of the 3rd round. Okay. Maybe if you're feeling bullish, maybe at the middle of the third round, because some of these guys are moving all over the place now.
Yeah, yeah.
So you definitely want the second RB on a Ben Johnson offense.
Sound good to me, brother. Any other name though? Anybody that's hot on these streets right now, man? Any hot boys out here, man, that's running these games that you need to speak on?
I mean, I have a shitload of players that are on
Well,
here.
all right. Just give me one. Just give me one. We ain't got to speak on Braylon Allen if you
Oh,
don't want to, but what do you think about Braylon Allen, man?
I
I
don't think
mean,
shit of him. I'm sorry about it.
okay.
I already said earlier with
There you go.
the whole fuck fest that's going on in the Jets. I don't want any of the running backs on this team.
I'm with you.
Or I could go through. There's some of these guys that I have because I don't know what your next segment is. Because you're talking about hot boys. Who's the next segment? The
Hey,
really
man,
hot boys.
bling, bling, bling. That's all I'm saying, Rock. You know,
This is
I had to bring it out, man. I'm just trying to, remind the people of these young guys that
mhm.
they hot right now, man. They trending. I mean, they trending topics. You go on your sleeper apps, bro. Their names listed all over the place, man. So
This is what we can do. So I've already crossed off the ones that we went through. And at the end of the show, we'll do quick hitters. Whatever you don't get through, I will give a 2-second
there we go.
riser or faller on these guys. The last thing we did not talk about that is important is the Broncos and Jags backfields. So I don't know if you saw this. RJ Harvey got 63% of the snaps. Dobbins got 37%.
Rock,
So
come
whatever
on,
we were
man.
saying about
All
that.
right, so look, since my boy is ready, man, he ready to lock in.
Oh,
My boy
okay.
said he ain't
There
got
we
time
go.
for the hot streets. He ain't got time for the fallers or no damn injuries. We into the risers, baby. So Rock,
There we go.
I got the hottest ones, the top charts. I was trying to build the way up, brother. You know what I'm saying? You got to go underground and you got to get mid-level now. We got to hit the top of the charts. We at the top 100s right now, man. And since you already brought the name up, I'll let you continue talking about RJ Harvey and the Broncos. And also, I mean, again, I don't want to talk about the guys I have in the graphics. We're going to talk about other guys. But we do got Calvin Ridley. We got your boy Mbuka, who we just spoke on earlier. And we got Travion Henderson, who's one of the hottest right now in the conversations. But RJ Harvey, my dog, the one that I drafted probably too high at one point, but maybe I ain't mad at it now. Give us the update on RJ Harvey and that J.K. Dobbins love, brother.
So yeah, like I was saying earlier, he got what was it? 63% of the snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Dobbins got 37% of the snaps. People are gonna, and rightfully so, they're gonna point out that he did miss some of the holes. You know, that he was kind of running kind of blind behind one of the best offensive linemen. But hey, even as a blind man, he was still fast as hell. He was bouncing it out to the outside, still beating defenders around the edge. That's not going to work against every first team defense. So you do want to see him, hit the creases and the holes that he's supposed to be hitting. But it looks like it's not going to be the Dobbins show right off the bat. It could very well be, unless they're saving him because they know Dobbins has only gotten through one season uninjured and they're saving him a little bit. I just think Harvey's coming in. He's coming with all this juice. He's coming as a rookie a lot. On his side, he can do everything that Dobbins can do, except maybe Dobbins is he's got way better vision than Harvey. So no, keep him where he's at right now. The real question is, and I see him also on this graphic too, who would you rather have in this year, 2025, underdog drafts? Would you rather have RJ Harvey or would you rather have Travion Henderson? Travion Henderson, and he looked really good. He had the 100-yard kick return for a touchdown. Mm-hmm. But then the carries that he had, dude, this guy looks like he's already one of the fastest guys in the NFL. I mean, he looks fast as hell. So I don't know. I'm kind of debating between those two, man.
You know what's so crazy, Rock? And I know that this was a conversation I think you brought up before about the level of the offenses, but if Quinshon Judkins wasn't injured or going through this situation, some people were still taking him over Travion Henderson. And of course, he's not on the field to change our minds. But being a Cleveland Brown and a running back in the Cleveland Browns versus a offense, in the Patriots, and we think can rise up a little faster, a little higher, and then seeing what Travion ultimately put on the field on tape. I feel bad for those people that took Judkins before Travion Henderson is what I'm trying to say, brother. So
I don't whatsoever.
Well, I'm just saying they should have watched. You should have watched us, man. Maybe you wouldn't have made those decisions. But yeah, man, that boy Travion looked good, man. And my only thing is how much running will May do? That's the biggest thing. How much running will May do? We still got the Rhino back there in the backfield, and he didn't look bad either. I mean, Stevenson
They
didn't look.
both look good.
Yeah,
Ramondre
yeah,
Stevenson is still a value,
yeah. He looked
and we've
good.
been saying it all offseason, guys. The Patriots are going to run the shit out of the ball. It's going to be those two in the backfield, and it's going to be May. There is enough to go around because look where they have to throw to. They have Stephon Diggs coming off an injury. They have Kyle Williams, who's a rookie. Their best receiver is probably going to be Pop Douglas and Hunter Henry.
Yeah.
So, like the two guys that you really want on this offense, I think, at cost is going to be Ramondre Stevenson, Hunter Henry. But if you want someone that you're going to be excited to watch this upcoming season, Trevion Henderson, man, he had 1 carry for 18 yards. But the way that he just went through the line, was bouncing off tackles. He was one of the most.
I think it's what, and I was just gonna say, I think it's what the team want, bro. Remember, we talked about this before. The defense, they spend so much money on defense. They don't want to throw the ball and put up 50 points a game. This is not the offensive scheme they want. I know that might be something that they can get to, but it's not what the head coach wants. We all know what he wants. He just came from coaching Derrick Henry for most of his career in Tennessee. So I highly doubt he wants to change up his format of what he looks at in his structure of a team and say, yeah, let's go out there and be, the Pat Mahomes 4,500, 42 touchdowns. No, we're going to run the ball, play defense. It's cold weather out here for a reason. Let's just break this defense down and then open up the passing game. So I think, man, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep Stevenson, man, and just say, hey, we got our 2 guys. Let's just keep them around. You know what I'm saying?
On film, the only RB that looked better than Trevion Henderson was Ashton Genty. That's it. I think even on film, he looked just as good, if not even better, than Amari Hampton. So he doesn't have the same skill sets. He doesn't have the size. He doesn't have all the things that we look for in an RB like Amari Hampton, which is why I would still take him higher. But Trevion Henderson, I had ranked right after, Cam Ward in my rookie ranks. So I was always taking him over Quinshon. There was no, question about when I watched both these guys on film and also looked at their analytics. Trevion was definitely the guy to own out of the Ohio State backfield.
But that's what I was about to say. He actually shared with Quinshon, though, bro. Genty didn't have Junkins on beside him. So who knows if Trevion, would have stayed in there by himself and had a clear path to doing what Genty did. Who knows what that could have been like for him.
Let me get back to my question earlier. Who are you taking between Henderson and Harvey?
Rock, I'm biased, man. I love I love me some Harvey, man. I just say this. I'm going with the coach I believe is going to put him in more position to score more, and I'm going to just say Harvey.
All right, man.
But I'm saying that for the coaching, though. For the coaching. The skill of the player, I would say Henderson I'm taking for the skill. But for the coaching and the scheme, I got to go Harvey, brother.
Yeah. I kind of feel like it's going to be close just because they're going to run the damn ball on both teams. They're going to run it with a high efficiency. And they're going the only reason why I ask is they're going like very close to one another in underdog drives. So you can't get one and get the other.
Well, I say this. I'm looking at track record. I looked at what Mark Ingram did with the Saints. I look at what Alvin Kamara did with the Saints. Both Sean Payton coached both those guys. I'm going to go with the track record of that's what he does. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to roll with the track record, brother. But
they're both second-round picks too. Yeah.
If they finish right here, or if Henderson was in front of him, I wouldn't, But I'm going to just roll with the coaching on this one.
Someone asked in the chat, Patty Mills did. Or no, wait, Scribbles did.
Well, I was going to bring it up. I'm trying to wait till we finish that segment. And because Red had also brought up Keaton. Now, he didn't get hurt, bro. He was questionable in practice, but I don't think he was hurt. I think he just took a rest day. They did say he was hurt, but he all right.
He was tired from the game.
He was tired, exactly. Hey, Scribbles, man, from what I've heard and what I've seen about Caleb Johnson, brother, it looks like he was at the playground running and saying the guy looked lost. He couldn't get his speed. He looked slow. I mean, it's week 1, man. I mean, we love to bash players and hate them and say, man, this guy was supposed to be. It's week 1, man, but he didn't look good. He didn't look good. It didn't look like one of those 1,200-yard seasons, 1,000-yard season that we all think that he can get. And that comparison to him and Le'Veon and this and that, no. Let's
So
stop
this is
that bill. And I mean,
yeah.
I'm not giving up on him, but if we're drafting today, he's not going where he was going last week for me. That's for damn sure.
Oh, and that's what I was about to say. See, I think that is not very wise to do, Fizz, because for me personally, if it's preseason, the only time I'm going to move players down is one of two reasons. They got hurt or the depth chart where they lose their job. I ain't moving them down because of a poor performance, because I don't know if they had all their starting offensive linemen out there. They didn't have Aaron Rodgers out there. They didn't have DK Metcalf out there. So everything is going to look completely different. So I'm going to move guys up when they have an amazing performance or they do overtake someone on the depth chart, but I'm not moving them down from a quote unquote bad performance. I'm only moving them down for the reasons that I had before. So I'm keeping Caleb right where he's at. If he's moving down on other people's ADP, that means more shares for me, because Vegas odds did not change the line on them on Caleb Johnson having over 1,000 rushing yards this season, that he is going to be the focal point of this offense. Because, yeah, it's going to be him and DK, and that's it. That's also Warren didn't play either, too. So this whole team is going to look very different week one.
There you go. Hey, I like how you broke that down, brother. Now I changed my mind, man. I'm gonna go and keep Caleb where he at right now. But
there we go.
We got the running backs out the way. Actually, how you feel about your boy Dylan Sampson, man? Before we move on from the running back, I mean, we ain't going by position, but he started, I think, the first two drives. He had most of the snaps, like 70-some%. He didn't do a lot. I'm not gonna say act like he was out there breaking records, but he kind of solidified that he, I guess, kind of is in favor, or maybe this was a Jerome Ford. We know what you got. Sit down, see what Sampson can do.
No, because here's the thing. He had 2 carries for 6 yards. It doesn't sound like much, but if you're watching the game in real time and you see his ass get smashed at the end of the second carry, and then he gets immediately taken off, that's a sign that the Browns coaching staff we need to protect him.
Exactly.
This is going to be our guy. Yeah. We got him a couple of carries. Let's get his ass off the field because he's going to be our guy. So that felt good. What doesn't feel good is knowing that along with the Jets, they're going to be at the bottom of the NFL. Their whole QB situation is a huge, huge shit show because Shedeur Sanders. I'm surprised
we won't get to that, man. Go ahead.
Oh my God. We'll save him. He's probably got his own graphic. It's going to be the end of the show. I absolutely love it. But we have no idea what the offense is going to look like. The offensive line might be in shambles like it was last year. So, yeah, I like Dylan Sampson a lot. He's going to be the clear RB1. It's going to be him and Ford. Quinshon Judkins, we have no idea what's going to happen with that situation. So draft Dylan Sampson confidently, but put some like, hey, this team might not score a lot, guys. So,
for sure. I say this: if someone's wanting to overbuy because they have Junkins or because they have Ford, send them. Go ahead, have him. You know what I'm saying? He's yours. So I like that one. What I got going over here, bro? Trying to get my little stuff together so I can finish up what I got to do. But I will say this: I don't know if you heard about this guy, if you've been watching him, man, but that boy Calvin Ridley looks like the only man that Cam Ward likes. The only one he sees. Like he just saw.
Not surprising. Not surprising whatsoever.
Yeah, it's like he saw Agent Zero and said, I'm zeroing in on this dude. So what you think about Calvin Ridley, his stock? I mean, the Titans overall, we talked about Tony Pollard. Chig Okonkwo, he played every single down as a starter at tight end. So
we do like seeing that. We do like seeing that because he was in like these tight end committees for like a couple of years. So if Chig gets all of it, Chig and Ridley and Pollard and Ward, like I know that's a lot of players on a team that's projected not to be that good, but they don't cost anything, Fizz. None of like all these guys are like the very bottom of their tiers.
Yeah. Yep. Every time.
So at cost, they're good.
What do you think about Ridley?
Ridley looked good. He looked good for being an old fart for sure. He looked way better than his age would tell you. So yeah, I think you can draft Ridley pretty confidently.
Well, I just say this when we talking about Ridley though, you know what he's usually going at that late, like Cooper Cup, Jawan Jennings, somewhere down in that bottom area of the old heads that nobody really care about or talk about. But I believe looking at what we just saw, you got to put him at least a round or two higher, just knowing the pepper of targets that he's going to get and the offense that we know won't pretty much have nothing else to really.
He's the wide receiver 51 in Dynasty. He's the wide receiver 30 in Underdog.
Yeah,
super cheap.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's a bottom flex. I mean, he's a top flex receiver minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like guaranteed to start in your lineup though, but just not ranked as high as the other guys you might have at those positions. So we did have some high scoring, really news going on. Some other high riders I want to bring up, Rock, was
well, also, what about the guy throwing him the passes? What do you think of Cam Ward?
Well, I just say this. The reason why I didn't bring Cam Ward up is because we don't never give him no love, bro. It's not us. I'm just saying that in general.
I didn't bring him up because no one loves him. Yeah, you're making my point, Fizz.
All right, so I'll let you give some love because it wasn't me. It's just I'm just so ready to watch him get on the field, bro, and just change all our minds. It's not that I told you before, I always slept on him. I gave him no love, and maybe that was a little bit of Shador that made me do it. But I've opened my eyes and I said to the people and out loud that Cam Ward seems to be a fighter. He's always proven people wrong from what I've seen from college all the way up to now. And he ended up being the number one pick. Any guy that can always prove you wrong, I can't keep doubting him. He might prove me wrong again. So it wasn't a lot to really speak on though of his week 1 game, but he didn't look horrible. So
I thought he looked good. He went 5 of 8 for 67 yards. He luckily didn't take any sacks. He didn't turn the ball over. We saw that connection with his number 1 wide receiver in Calvin Ridley. And it's the same thing that Tipple brought up when we had him on. He is the latest QB1 that we've seen being drafted in fantasy drafts. The 104 Fizz is where he's going in rookie drafts. So, yeah, no one gives a shit about him. And it's the latest we've ever seen from a player that was taken 101 overall in the actual NFL draft. So people have been hating on him all year, but if you dive into the metrics, you dive into the analytics, he's one of the top 5 prospects we've seen over the last 5 years. So, yeah, it's a tough situation. He's going to be behind one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL, probably. They did make some upgrades. But so you're not going to be 32nd overall. You might be 31st or 30th overall. But he
didn't look like
he didn't look bad. If you don't look bad, that's good. So
that's back. So speaking of other quarterbacks, your boy Jackson Dart, man, he didn't look bad either. He got a little bit of love. I'm not sure if that hurts Russ because I believe still Russ is going to go in there and be the veteran, but I know you hyped about some Jackson Dart. That was your QB2 coming out.
Fizz, remember when we talked about the over-under on when he would start?
Yeah.
Remember when I said, hey, those first 4 games are a murderer's row.
They are.
Maybe he starts week 5 against, I think it was the Saints. Man, I'm feeling pretty good about Jackson Dart starting sooner rather than later. He went 12-19, 154 yards, and a touchdown, and he had 24 rushing yards. But that one that he threw to, I can't remember what his name is. It's the ex-Denver Bronco. I think it's Little Jordan Humphrey.
Yeah, Humphrey. Yep. It's like
it was beautiful.
Little Jordan. I don't know if it's like Lil. I don't know how you.
It's Lil. It's like little baby. Yeah. Little Jordan. But he looked good, Fizz. I was very, very happy to see how good he played. So yeah, Cam Ward, Jackson Dart. And I think the other guy that also looked good too was Milroe. Did you see that? I think it was like a 27-yard run. He had a really good run in that game, and then he had a couple passes too. So what do you think of Milroe? What do you think of Dart? What do you think of this? Maybe this QB class. Maybe it's not as bad as everyone was trying to make it to be. I know it's just preseason.
I can guarantee you right now, somebody has a video out saying how bad the 2029 class is, and it's terrible, and don't buy them, sell these picks. Every year we deal with this, bro. And every year we're proven wrong because these players go to certain teams, certain situations, and they show us what we didn't know or what we didn't believe. And I believe Jackson Dart is where he should be, though. I didn't want to see him go to the Giants. I thought Shador really should have been there. But seeing him go there, means, and they traded up to get him. So that means they're going to give every opportunity for him to succeed and be who they want him to be. But also, he in a team we don't expect a lot from. So he doesn't have pressure to go out there and take this team to the playoffs or try to win now and have 9, 8, 10 wins. He's in a situation where he can grow. He doesn't have to feel those, oh man, you had a bad game today, you're getting benched, or get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, granted, next year is next year. You never know. You still got to do what you got to do. But I think right now, Dart is in a situation where he has a veteran in front of him, and Russ seems like the vet to me that's always willing to reach out, give you a hand, show you the ropes. And yeah, man, Dart has everything on his side. All he got to do is, when he get a chance, like he did this weekend, do what he did. So that was a good showing.
Him and Milroe are in the perfect situations because they have the vet in front of them. Jalen Milroe, 6 of 10 for 61 yards. But he had 38 yards on the ground with 3 carries, including that long run I was saying earlier where he had 27 yards. So, no, man, I think these are 2 guys that I think can be pretty valuable assets. If it's not this year, I think they're definitely going to be there next year. So I'm excited for both of those guys. I liked what I saw from them. I can't remember who brought – I guess while we're talking about QBs – did you see Burrow and Chase tear shit up together? Man. They looked like they were already in midseason form because they start.
Them guys cheating, man. Them guys cheating, man. They cheat.
They usually start 1-3, 0-4, and they're like, no. We have to make sure that we win our first couple of games if we're going to try to make the playoffs, because our defense is going to be so ass this year that we need to be scoring 4 touchdowns to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins every game. So I'm excited that they're taking this approach. Except let's just keep Burrow healthy. Let's just do it for 1 drive. That's all you need. Let's keep these guys healthy. Do not get hurt in preseason. There's nothing worse, Fizz, than when like a top player in fantasy gets hurt in the preseason.
No, I'm with you, bro.
Damn waste.
But I do feel like if we saw Joe Burrow break records last year and Jamar Chase, get the triple crown last year, they're gonna have high, because last year, Rock, they did this with low expectations. When you look at that season, I didn't think that they were really going to win much last year. So this year, coming into the season, I believe they're saying, and we paid our receivers, we paid Chase, we paid Higgins. I believe this year they're coming into with expectations saying, we're going to actually put up those same numbers, but we're going to win these games and be better than what we were too. So I think the expectations is high. The coach is playing. The coach has got to be on the hottest seat in the game right now with that offense and not winning nothing. So I think Joe Burrow and Chase, man, much as I hate to say it, they might be out here running the streets, man. Number 1 at their positions. Don't be surprised you see Joe Burrow, bro, in the top 3 in front of Hurts, in front of guys that we draft every week, man. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Who you got? Any other players though? I mean, I got Mbuka up here. He's always hot. So I don't know if he's a riser or just a guy that's just. We just can't wait.
We're excited for him. We're excited for him.
Who else you got down there, bro?
So you want to do? We can do a quick hitter. I'm just going to go through all these guys. So LeJohntay Wester, he plays for the Ravens.
Yep.
He had a kickoff return for a touchdown. He also had a really acrobatic catch. So they're looking for a guy outside of Zay Flowers who plays more like a number 2. Rashad Bateman, who plays.
I'm hearing Bateman look good though, Rock. I'm hearing Bateman still looks good, man. He's hot.
That's good, but he's just a wide receiver 3 or flex, Yeah. So the Ravens need another guy. You need to really have 3 dependable guys at wide receiver. Maybe LeJohntay Wester can be that guy. Tedero McMillan had a 30-yard catch, 50% of snaps with the first-team offense, 5 targets. He looked good. Luther Burden had a really pivotal 3rd down and 15 catch where he looked good too. You want to see that. Tyler Warren looked really good, looked really smooth, was getting open and was picking up yards after the catch. So definitely love seeing that. Toyer Horton out of Seattle. He had a touchdown, and he was just he looked like a pinball, just bouncing off defenders and just rolling off of them to get into the end zone. So love seeing that. Hopefully, maybe he can be the wide receiver 3 instead of MVS. I'm crossing my fingers that is the case. So moving up for me. I think it was Patty Mills or somebody was asking, or JCap was asking about Tesla. Tesla had a really good touchdown catch. He had
that's 2 weeks in a row. He looked good though. He looked good week 1 when they played. Even though the Giants look horrible that first game in the Hall of Fame game, but I mean the Lions look horrible that week 1 when they played against the Chargers. But man, he's moving up, brother.
So yeah, definitely moving up too. I'm hoping that he plays on the other side of the field outside of J-Mo. That he's the X. You know, he is going to be the sacrificial X, but maybe there's going to be some times where he does get open for some long bombs. So I'm feeling pretty excited about Isaac Tesla. Noel had a couple of highlight plays, including like a screen where he was able to weave in between defenders there. So Christian Kirk gets hurt. I think it's going to be Noel that's going to be there. Some of the other major things, this is more like camp news or depth chart stuff. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. I know he was being hyped for the last couple of weeks because he was taking first team reps with the Commanders backfield. I think B-Rob and Eckler are safe. But what this shows us is that if he's overtaking Chris Rodriguez for that third on the depth chart, and if B-Rob gets hurt, it is going to be Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. I need a nickname for him. I don't want to keep saying that every time. JCM. I'm just going to call him that. Yeah. I don't like that either. Anyway,
come over one.
Just call him Krosky. So he is overtaking Chris Rodriguez. Blake Corum, we did get a sighting of Blake Corum, who everyone has forgotten about. He is going after Jarquez Hunter. Guys, stop doing that. Blake Corum is going to be the backup RB, and I think he looked better than whatever we saw of Hunter this past weekend. Kendre Miller, looks like he's going to be behind Alvin Kamara. It looks like their head coach is coming in and not putting him in, whatever it's called.
We know he was hated by the last coaching staff, bro. I'm talking about every press conference, man. He just hated that. He hated that man with a passion.
And it was always having to do with injuries. Like the coaches would come in and be like, "You need to see play through injury. You just need to do this and do that." And Kendre Miller's like, "I can't feel my legs. Get out there anyway. It don't matter." So there's no empathy, no sympathy whatsoever. So luckily, maybe he's gonna finally fizz. Actually, be what we want him to be. And he is the backup. He is ahead of Neil. He is definitely ahead of CEH and Cam Akers and that whole shit show there. So
I can't believe I picked up Cam Akers thinking something was about to happen, brother.
I did the same.
I just love Cam Akers, man. So
yeah. Woody Marks is probably going to be buried. Unfortunately, that did not look good as far as just where he was going to be at in the depth chart. Brashad Smith buried. And the last thing I have here is that Trey Benson still sucks. So he's really still terrible. Still can't see. It don't matter. Just get James Conner. I've been saying it all off season, and just need to watch him. Trey Benson sucks. So that's all the little hitters, quick hits that I have for this one.
Well, I got a couple of just random names from over the weekend, from Friday to Sunday, and Cat McMillan, Bryce Young, Jalen Coker. All three of those guys look good, man. Just efficient games, nothing to break records, but they look good as an offense in whole. Even Rico Dotto was pretty solid. Who else we got, Rock? We got, these are the risers anyway, not just the fallers, but the risers. Jordan Addison went out there with no Justin Jefferson. We know he's suspended, but JJ McCarthy said, "Hey man, I don't know these other guys, but I need to add a son. I'm gonna hook my boy up." So our boy Jordan Addison looked pretty solid out there. Brashad Tootin, Marvin Mims. I know Rock don't want to talk about him, but Marvin Mims didn't look too bad out there himself. Josh Reynolds. I'm just looking at some trending names, Rock. Malik Washington. He even got out there and got a little bit of love. I don't know if they're getting ready to have life after Tyreek Hill or what's going on, but I'm hearing the rumbles of Tyreek Hill on the watch list for teams to be calling. So
did you see that debacle that they had at the goal line with all the freaking RBs? Yeah, it was bad. So Tyreek Hill, let's get the coach. Tyreek Hill talks shit. He's just like, stop giving it to Devon Achane. Let's give it to these bigger guys. Well, they did, and they tried, and they looked like shit. So why don't you stop talking shit, Tyreek Hill? Worry about not having one of the worst seasons like you did last year and just focus on your own damn shit. You're not a coach. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. So let's just
their coach don't know he's talking about either. Their coach don't know he's talking about either, but he a cool dude though. We got Ollie Gordon though. Ollie Gordon looked pretty solid, man. He got a little bit of Ollie love out this weekend, and Luther Burden.
Not on the goal line, he didn't. But besides that, it's fine.
Well, yeah, and Luther Burden though. Luther Burden, he had a solid game. I know Ben Johnson he's like the magician of not letting us know what he really feels, but just saying random stuff. And I think he said he's always loved Luther Burden, but he just got to see more out of him. He said Luther Burden wakes up every day on time. He gets there. He's asking questions, and that's showing on the field. But actually being where he wants him to be, he's just not there yet. So we'll see. But yeah, those are my quick little rundown of players that's hot right now, Rock. Tesla is on that list. We just talked about him. And I think it's somebody in New England that we missed it. What's the receiver? Efton? Is that him?
Efton Chisholm.
Yeah. He's hot right now too, man. So these are the young guys that maybe y'all didn't know, didn't hear about, and need to listen to. But Rob,
you sound like a social media like manager is like, oh, this guy's hot right now. Let's make sure that we talk about it.
I mean, well, I'm just saying that because a lot of people, man, they just know the stars. They just know who they see on TV. They don't know these young guys and these up and comers that they maybe should know that in 1 or 2 weeks could be that star on their team. You know what I'm saying?
And this is the reason why you have to also watch the games and not just look at the box score. So I went and checked myself on the Miami rushers. Ollie Gordon had 8 carries, 33 yards, 1 touchdown. Jalen Wright had 9 carries, 16 yards, 1 touchdown. Even Alexander Madison, I guess before his ass got hurt, had 3 carries, 8 yards, and 1 touchdown. That's
what I said, bro. Ollie Gordon looks solid, man.
So, but here's the thing. You can't just look at the box scores. If you see an offensive,
you're right.
Just events that happen on the goal line where they looked like ass and they kept getting stuffed. Here's the real takeaway. 3 carries and 22 yards for Devon Achane. I mean, he just spit out 22 yards like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Devon Achane, still one of my favorites to be the RB1 overall this year. I think it's going to be him. I think he's just far ahead of the talent of Ollie Gordon and Jalen Wright. So, I mean, even Zach Wilson had 2 carries for 16 yards. Did you see that Quinn Ewers? People were talking about, I think he was just honestly throwing the ball away, but I guess people thought that he was trying to actually throw to a wide receiver, and it basically went into the stance. It looked so bad, bro. Quinn Ewers.
Quinn Ewers should not be on people's benches. I don't know what people are doing with him on their bench, but I've seen him on plenty of benches. Give it up, man. Give it up, man. It's time to give it up.
Make sure you're drafting Zach Wilson because Tua, I don't know. It did not. The offense did not look all that good, Fizz.
It didn't. I try to save it every week, but I can't save it. Maybe the pet detective can save this one. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
But we need to get Ace Ventura.
we do, man. But I forgot. Before we leave off on this note, man, Tyler Warren actually pretty much looks like the tight end 1 on this team, and maybe a tight end 1. Well, not maybe. He should be a tight end 1 in fantasy for us this year. He played every snap. And I know my boy E brought up earlier about Anthony Richardson is still getting hurt and always getting hurt. We don't expect much from this offense. We don't expect much from the passing game of this offense, or that Tyler Warren's even going to get the ball where he needs to get it. But we do expect him to be leading in all participation, all routes run, all time on the field at that position. And to see it in the preseason that they're letting him go out there and just every snap. I think he played 100% of every drive, I believe, on the first 3 drives. He played every snap. And then I think he 71% on routes but he moved, but the ball was probably thrown all over the place anyway. So, but just to see him go out there and they're like, hey, run, block, move, he's actually going to be on the field, and no other place to be than on the field when a guy that you want to draft. So that's a little bit of love. I know Coach 11 is your guy this year, more so than Warren, but
no. Because Tyler Warren, as I've always been on, like, this is going to be he was the one that I had probably the most fun writing about was Tyler Warren and Cam Scatterbill. Tyler Warren is always going to be my guy. especially after, there are certain people that we know, they went on a stream, they were saying that his arms are too short, and because your arms are too short, that means also you can't run routes, you can't do any of this stuff, you're going to be a bad tight end. So I thought all that kind of stuff was kind of fugazi. I never heard that before, and it's only made me more in on Tyler Warren. So Tyler Warren, Colson Loveland, I think they're going to be fantastic this year. Fizz, I can like more than one tight end. I don't have to just only go from one to another. So
my brother. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to take a page out of your book where I'm going to stop talking about people that I really, really love so I can get shares of them. But I will say,
the other page of my book. Come on, man.
Yeah, because you keep telling me, and Fizz, I actually do listen to you. You said that I was talking up Cam Scott about too much, and I will say, I was so excited. So we did do a draft at the Expo this past weekend. I got my first share of Cam Scott. I got my first share of Colson Loveland. I got my second share of JJ McCarthy. Got Kyle Mononga. I got all these players that I'm super hyped for. So yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Sweet, bro. Was it a marathon draft or not?
They didn't want to do the marathon. Should be good. Yeah.
I saw the link late, though. I wasn't on my phone, but I saw the link when y'all sent it out. Mike said we need one. I'm like, damn.
Coop,
wish I would have saw it.
Me and Coop, we drafted 11th and 12th, respectively, and we kept sniping each other's asses the entire time. So it was a good draft.
That's what's up, man. Well, hey, man, you know how we got to do it, Rock. You know we can't leave out without talking about the man of the hour, man. My dog. But I will say this, though, Rock. I was talking. You hit me up and said, hey, man, what you think about your boy Shador, man? And I said, hey, man, hold up, brother.
Time's up. Shador Sanders with the rollie in the arm.
I'm just saying, man, time's up, baby. Time's up, Rock. I got to hype it up because it might only last for 1 week. I don't care. We're going to get this 1 week of this Shador hype, brother. We're going to get this Shador hype. Cleveland fans, stand up, man. I know he's still, I think after today I read he's still number 4 on the depth chart. This is just Cleveland being Cleveland, man. The owner even came out of his own mouth and said that he didn't want the guy. This was the GM's guy. And it's like, bro, you're the owner of the team. But you still cashing in them checks and all them jerseys getting sold and all these fans coming with their rollie watches up, but you don't want the guy. Oh, okay, all right. Cleveland does not deserve my boy, but he's there and we're going to enjoy it while we can. Rock, man, let me know what you think about my boy Shador. You text me and say he looked good. I felt good hearing that because I usually, you don't really show my boy too much love, man. But we're going to close out on a little bit of rollie watch talk and we're going to get up out of here, man. Let me know about Shador, brother.
He looked really good. He did. He went 14 of 23, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did take 2 sacks for 6 yards. And I think, the first thing I thought of was like, all right, well, who he's playing? He is playing the Carolina Panthers, Fizz. The Carolina Panthers might be one of the worst defenses in the NFL. But besides that, just taking the defense away, he looked mobile. He mobile. He had a couple of rushes. He had 4 carries for 19 yards, including a 10-yard run. But just seeing the way he navigated the pocket, he wasn't completely stationary. And he made some really tough throws, including there was that one.
That touchdown throw in the left corner, bro. It should have been picked off, to be honest with you, but he threw it right there. He hit it where it should have been hit.
So I wonder with I think his decision making was great and his mobility was great. Those are the 2 biggest things that I really liked. I didn't see like a whole bunch of zip on the ball. That's always going to be one of the things that I knock him for, is that he doesn't have even above average arm strength when it comes to like NFL caliber throwing. But if his decision making and his timing, that had to be the number one thing, Fizz, is that his timing had to be impeccable in order to overcome his arm strength. And it was. They had so many really, really good passes in this game. So I loved seeing it. I was very happy for him. I'm glad that he was going up against the Carolina Panthers because he needs a boost. He needs that encouragement. He's got a lot of negativity this whole offseason, including for myself, just as far as him being a prospect. But now he's firmly in the underdog category, and I love underdogs. especially guys that have to go do time served in Cleveland. It's terrible playing for that for that franchise.
Imagine being an underdog with the dogs. Like this is the
exactly.
This is not a good place to be an underdog. But
Also, too, I didn't know Tyler Huntley was on the team. Did you know that?
yeah, they signed him. Because so what happened was, well, from what I believe, Shador only got to start because nobody else was healthy. Kenny Pickett was hurt. Flacco was hurt, so they ended up signing Huntley because everybody was hurt. I think even Gabriel was hurt, if I'm mistaken. So I think they only signed Huntley because Shador was the only available quarterback, so they just had to have somebody.
Yeah. So, but no, I was happy to see it. What do you think of it? What do you think of Shador?
Well, I wasn't gonna say much, brother. You know how I feel, man. My boy went 14 for 23, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. But like you said, sometimes the statistics are fluff. They don't show the real picture. But I did watch him. I watched an engagement or conversation between him and Myles Garrett. And Myles Garrett he was like, hey man, you saw how I was spinning and moving. And he was like, yeah, you wouldn't have did that on me. But he was like, hey, good job though. I like how you know, this. So he even had a whole conversation with and I could tell I've seen Myles Garrett come out in the podium and say, hey man, Shador works hard. He this, he that. And I said this during the offseason, right? During the draft process, when this happened, guys like Myles Garrett that run that locker room, they're going to flock to him because you gotta love the kid, man. He's not a headache. And you know what's so funny, Rock? I don't know how true this is. This might have been clickbait, but I read that Myles Garrett got a 100-mile-an-hour ticket driving or something like that recently. Maybe it was yesterday.
Oh, really? That makes him a really bad person. We should put him fourth in the depth chart.
I only brought that up because Shador just did it. So maybe he said, all right, Shador, I owe you one. Let me go ahead and get a 100-mile-an-hour ticket. Now we good. You know what I'm saying? So
because on the way to the expo, on the way back, I was driving like fucking 88, 90 miles per hour the entire damn time.
Hey, Rock, when I go to the
pulling
expo,
my own Shador Sanders.
When I go to Expo, bro, the road is so clear. I've hit 80 and I hit 90 and didn't even know it. I looked down like, oh, damn, I'm going 90. I got to slow down. But
and there's still someone right up my ass. Fuck you, man. What are you trying to do, 95?
Yeah, that ride is so smooth going out there, bro, that I don't even be knowing it. But I just say somebody said
you see look at
but yeah, like I said, long story short though, man, I just believe that he is the underdog. He's the one but he needed a game like this. And what better opponent than the Panthers? Because if he was going against the Baltimore Ravens, maybe this wouldn't happen. But it happened the way it's supposed to happen because that's just how life works. And I'm glad that it happened this way. My biggest question is though, Rock, not about Shador. What does Dylan Gabriel do next week if he gets to actually play and start? And because if he's listed over top of Shador in the depth chart, should he be starting over in 1? And 2, if he goes out there and looks like Dylan Gabriel, what are we supposed to do?
He's going to look like Kyler Murray, barely being able to see over the offensive line and throwing pick sixes. So that's what's probably going to happen when we see Dylan Gabriel out there. I wouldn't be surprised, like I've said, of all four. I think they're going to keep all 4 QBs. I think they'll be willing to sacrifice one of the players at another position so they can keep it to 53. And I think all these guys at one point during the season is going to start Fizz. I think we're going to see 4 QBs. I mean, it's not out of the normal for the Browns to play 3. What's one extra one? Just because of injuries and them playing like ass. I think we're going to see 4 QBs this season start.
And they got 2 first rounders, Rock, to kind of just say, hey, we don't care. We'd rather finish the worst team so we can just get our quarterback that we want anyway. So just imagine you got 4 quarterbacks and then next year you go draft one in the first round and you got to get rid of 2 or 3 of these guys. Like the Cleveland Browns are a team that nobody should want to go to unless you're just a 3rd round rookie. If you're a Tyler Shuck, you would love to say, hey, man, I can't believe these guys fell for it. They took me, you know what I'm saying? But if you actually believe that you're a great quarterback, you should never want to go there. And I don't understand what the hell is going on in Cleveland, man. Rock, you're a little closer to there. Maybe you could tell us. But one day we'll figure it out. Hopefully they figure it out. And hey, man, I just had to remind y'all, baby, time's up. Get your Rolly watches. Go on Temu and find you a Rolly watch. They might got it for cheap, brother. The diamonds might fall out when you lift your wrist up. but you got to get one for Shador, baby. All right, we got to get us some rollies on here, Rob.
Every time you do this, all you hear is little clinking and clanking of diamonds all around.
Hey, man, we gotta get one with a spin on it or something. You know what I'm saying? Take it right back to 2005, man. But yeah, Rock, man, we gonna close out with that, man. I know we did have a startup too.
We have two questions. So
yeah, I don't even know if these is questions. I think Connor this, but he said we're gonna get to Connor right quick, man, because he always come through for us. He said the trades. Oh, dang, I think I saved the back part of it. The trades are back. Oh, it's my fault. All right. The trades are back to flowing. I thought this was a continuation of another conversation.
No.
Devontae Adams for Addison in a league. Then in a best ball orphan, I took over. I sent Tua, ETN, and Goddard for Cousins, Junkins, and the 26th first. So let's talk about the Addison and Devontae, and then the second one that's a wild one to see, bro. You traded Tua for Cousins, he's not even starting. But we're gonna get into that. Junkins, he might not
not even starting.
So basically, I look at this trade, bro. Honestly,
26 Tua, ETN, and Goddard for one first.
Yeah, bro, because Junkins, we don't know what's gonna happen, and Cousins doesn't even. I don't know. It's a wild one to break down, Connor. But the Addison and Devontae Smith, Rock, where you going with that one?
I don't like trading for players that are gonna be fucking suspended. I mean, his stock is not going to go up if he's not on the field playing. His stock is only going to go up after he comes back. So if you're doing this where it's just like, all right, this is going to be the cheapest that Addison's going to be, I'm going to move on from Devontae Adams. Also, too, you spell his name so wrong, but that's fine.
It's all good. All good.
I don't know. Sometimes people, I can't tell if you're trying to say Devontae Smith or Devonta.
Bro, that's
Adams.
because they spell it Devonta Smith and Devonta Adams. They get to spell it two different ways. It drives me crazy when I be trying to write out like, man, just put Tay on it, man. I don't know. What's going
on? So we were talking about a little bit of the fear that maybe at least I have about the Stafford situation. So you want to move off of him. He's an older asset. I still think Devontae Adams is going to far outscore Addison. I do. Just because he just shits out top 12 seasons. He's just one of the best players in the NFL. I'm talking about Adams right now.
Yeah.
But hey, you want to get Addison? You're excited about JJ McCarthy. This is going to be the cheapest you get him? Fine. That's fine. You want to build for the future? I'm okay with that. Trading a whole bunch of garbage for even stinkier garbage is the only thing that keeps throwing me off with the second trade. I don't understand why you did it. But that's fine. You want to just get rid of garbage? I don't understand though why. Like trade all three of those guys for a better piece, just one piece.
Yeah.
But Cousins should start. I've been staying away from Junkins this entire offseason. The best piece that you got, Connor, and what I actually do like is the 26 first.
For sure.
So if you're able to get all that shit, like I think you could have gotten more if you would have taken out Junkins and Cousins, and I would have just went straight for the picks. But that's just me personally.
Yeah, I'm with everything you pretty much say, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking Addison over Devonta Smith right now. If you look at the team, if he has a winning team, and let's just say he can go either or with it. But if I want to move on and get a younger guy, I believe Adams will have a better season. But in the game of dynasty, if Stafford is hurt and Devontae Adams and them don't take the step that we want to move forward, I would just have the younger asset and still a high-profile offense that, he's the number 2 on his team. Adams is like the 1B on his team. But give it a year, maybe Adams is the 1C. You know what I'm saying? 1 year longer on those. That
ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. I can't believe
I'm taking Addison right now is all I'm saying, brother. It's a value in the draft board. You had to draft Addison before Adams, probably about 2 rounds, but it's nothing major. So I'm rolling with Addison, man. I don't mind adding a son on the team. You know how we get down. And we're going to get on the Patty Mills, and we're going to head up out of here, Rock. Patty said I guess he's bragging on us or something. He said he completed 2 trades the last 24 hours. And he's turned himself in. He said he sent Pitts 26 first. Hold on. A Pitts a 26 late second for Auden, a random 26 first and a third. They sent Ertz a 27 late third and a 28 second.
Man, Patty, you don't fucking know if it's going to be late or not. This is 2 years away, so don't be coming in here and being like, "Oh, it's going to be a late
Well, I
third."
will say this, Rock. Some
Unless
leagues,
you have
though,
a juggernaut
you
team.
do. Some leagues you do, because I know a team in one of my leagues. This dude is the worst team every year. We all know it. I will say that.
All right, I take that back, Patty.
Now.
But okay, so you traded a whole bunch of shitty tight ends for some picks. Good job. That's the biggest takeaway I got from that, Fizz. I don't know if you feel the same way, but good job getting off those guys for some picks. So
Yeah, nah. I don't mind it, man. You know me, I love me some pits, man. So I think you're tripping on that one, brother. But
let's get out of here on some words of wisdom, Fizz. That's what Patty really wants to.
you know how I'm gonna get down on pits, bro. We're gonna leave Patty alone, but you know we appreciate y'all tapping in, man, always. And Rob, go ahead, let us know how you feeling, and give us some wisdom, man, before we close out.
Okay, so my words of wisdom for this week, Fizz. When you work hard and achieve your goals, it's good to celebrate. It's a lot of fun. But Fizz, it's important not to let the pleasure you get from celebrating outweigh the pleasure you get from accomplishing your goal. If that happens, you will be less motivated from pursuing your next goal, and inevitably, that next celebration, Fizz, isn't going to feel as good as the previous one. So make sure that when you're working hard and you achieve your goals, that's the standard, man. Just move on to the next thing. Celebrate with your people, but just don't celebrate a little too hard. So that was my word of wisdom for the week. Really appreciate you, Fizz. I appreciate all the guys that I got to see at the expo, South Harmon family, and I appreciate everyone that tunes in every week. It's a lot of fun being able, even though I don't give a shit about preseason football, Fizz, it's good to be able to dive into some of these different things and try to see what's going to happen for 2025. So we're going to be doing that for the whole rest of the off season, right up until kickoff. And that's a little bit less than a month away. We got a few more weeks of this.
For sure. And always, like you said, we appreciate the people being here. We appreciate your word of wisdom, my brother. And we appreciate this having this platform. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't able to go to the expo this year, but I definitely want to shout out Mike and Adam, man, for creating this space and letting me and my boy just pretty much say, hey, man, y'all do it. Y'all do y'all thing. Anytime you want to get on, hit your rolly watch and set that alarm clock, baby. So me and my boy always going to pop up when we feel like it, when we feel like y'all need us and y'all want us, and sometimes we might just pop up and make you want to feel us and need us and give you a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of game, and a little bit of these expertise on these players that maybe you don't know about. So I see Patty's asking about the mock tonight. We're going to see what's up with that, brother. We're going to see what's up with that, man. Make sure you got your rolly watch on, Rob. I got to do it one more time, and we're going to leave up out of here. So
Time's up. Shador Sanders with the rolly in the arm.
Rock, close us out, big dog.
And
time's up, baby. See y'all later.